This video is about getting cash for your trust deed note. Some of the reasons to sell your mortgage note include needing cash to close probate, providing liquidity, meaning spendable money, or the heirs or the beneficiaries of the probate estate or the trust, they can't agree. They may not be able to agree on much of anything. Property has problems or has lost value. The senior mortgage is delinquent if your mortgage is in second or junior position. Or the payer, the person who is supposed to be paying on the note, is a family member or friend, and that makes it problematic. Or the payer has even stopped paying. So who is this for? Well, as an owner of a mortgage note, you're entitled to receive payments. So this is somebody who actually owns the note, who has been in the position of the bank as the lender, or has sold a property and carried a mortgage note as part of the sale of the property. It's secured by a deed of trust, also called a TD, trust deed, on California real estate. And the payer may be living or deceased. That means the person who's supposed to be paying on the mortgage. And it may be in probate or trust, or maybe no one's done anything with it yet. So who could sell a note if the original note owner is deceased? Well, the administrator of a probate estate, whether there's a will or no will, can sell that. Or executor of an estate can do that. A special administrator, so can trustees and co-trustees if the note is held by a trust, as well as conservators and guardians. Private fiduciaries and public administrators can sell a note as well. So what's your note worth? Well, it really depends, of course, on a number of factors, including what the remaining balance is, the repayment terms of the note, the value of the property which secures it, and the loan position. Example, the value of the note could be a lot different whether it's a first or a second mortgage. You know, if it's a small second behind a very large first, that could be like a ticking time bomb, and it mean it wouldn't be worth as much as something that's in first position, a first mortgage. The current market interest rate versus the rate that's on the note now is going to make a difference between what that note is worth. And the borrower's payment history, or if there's even been a payment, and the documentation that you've had or kept, or the documentation that you can find, including the original note. And even if you don't have the original note or original documents, there are sometimes ways of getting around that as well. But that will definitely have an impact on the value. Can I sell just part of my note? Actually, it's possible. Yes. You can sell just a portion of real estate note to raise cash as a way to keep the cow, but you can actually sell some of the milk, so to speak. So part of the remaining principal can be sold, principal that's due down the road, or part of the remaining payments. You could, for example, sell like the next year's worth of payments, or you could keep the balloon payment. There's many different ways to sell a note, and that's important to know that you have a lot of choices there. And you can also close when you choose to close. So how do you get started? Well, begin by going to our online questionnaire, and you'll click on Get Started, and you'll review the note and documents with us during a phone consultation. And you'll provide us with this information so that we can give you a written note purchase proposal. And then we'll open up escrow, fund, and close the sale when you're ready to do that. So the online questionnaire, here are the categories where we're going to be asking for. It really does expedite the sale of your note. There's going to be some general information about you and the note seller, just in case you're not the same. You might be somebody calling for the note seller, but we're going to want the information about who is the note holder, or who's the person in charge of the estate. And we're going to need some information about the note terms and about the property that secures it. There may be more than one property, and if there is, we need to know that as well. We also want to know about the existing loans and liens, not just your loan, but other loans. For example, if there's a first mortgage in front of you, or if there's other liens behind you. And legal information, if you hold or control this note and there's an open probate, or if it's in a trust, we're going to need to have that information as well. So there's many ways to sell a note. We have over 20 years experience in buying notes. Problem notes don't scare us. We've had some pretty crazy things been brought to us that we've successfully closed for people. So show and tell us about your note. We'll show you the best solution.